The NHL is lying to you, and I can prove it. See, while the NFL is often the league that gets the most media attention regarding concussions and CTE, they're far from the only sport that has this issue. In fact, both men's and women's hockey barely rank behind football and rugby in terms of concussion rate. And if the NFL is any indication, we know that the more concussions you get, the more likely you are to get CTE. But not according to NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. According to him, there has not been any documented study that suggests that elements of hockey result in CTE. He says, sure, there are isolated cases, but it doesn't mean it necessarily came from playing in the NHL. Well, Gary, I have news for you. Either you're lying or you haven't seen this latest study from Boston University, because they just conducted the largest study ever to track CTE in hockey players, and after studying the brain of 77 deceased males, they found that not only did 96% of pro hockey players have CTE, but the likelihood of getting it increased by 34% each year they played. This was determined by looking at CTE rates at college, junior, and semi-pro players, which was 46%, and youth and high school players, which was 10%. Now, it's worth mentioning that there might be a bias in this study, since families may have only donated the brains because they noticed symptoms of CTE while their loved ones were still alive. Regardless, that doesn't change the fact that when the NHL settled the concussion lawsuit with over 300 former players in 2013, they only paid each player $22,000 and allotted just $75,000 more for medical treatments. For reference, Northwestern University estimates that traumatic brain injuries like CTE can cost $85,000 to $3 million to treat across someone's lifetime. It might only be a matter of time before the NHL has an NFL situation on their hands.